Okay everyone, so we're up to stage 2, which is setting up our project in Premiere Pro and bringing in our lower thirds. So I'm going to go to new project over here, and the first thing I'm going to do is change the name. I'm going to call this Shots on Film, which is the name of my project, and I'm just going to press OK. Don't need to change any other settings. Okay, so in a previous video I've gone through what these windows all are, so I'm not going to go through that again. I'm just going to double click on this area here to import media. I'm going to bring my video clips in. So I'm going to double click on that, go to my shots video, and I've just got all these clips here that I did with a couple of students. I'm just going to draw a box around it actually, just draw a box around all of them so they're all selected, and press open, and that brings them in. Okay. I actually might do some housekeeping here. I actually might create a bin, which is basically a folder, and call this clips. And then I'm just going to select this last clip and then go to my first clip, and then I'm going to drag that in like that. So there's my clips all nicely in a folder. So now I'm just going to double click in this area to get my lower third. So I'll double click on that and go to my desktop where I've got the file that I wanted here, lower thirds. And I'm going to select this where it says merge all layers. I don't want them all merged, I want them individual. I want all of them selected, and that includes the little rectangle here at the bottom, and press OK. And I've got another folder now, or another bin as Premiere calls it. I've got all my lower thirds nicely in a box. If I double click on that, you can see there they are. And if I double click on my clips, you can see there they are as well. Okay, so the next thing I need to do is I need to name these clips. So I'm going to double click on the clips bin. They need a name. I need to know what they are. Now, luckily, I know what most of these are without having to double click them and look at them in the source monitor. This one over here is a close-up, so I'm just going to write CU. This one over here is an extreme long shot, so I'll call that ELS. This one over here is an extreme close-up, so ECU. This one over here was just a normal long shot. This one over here was an over the shoulders, so OS. This one over here was a Dutch angle, DA. Let's go down. This one over here was a point of view, so that's POV. This one over here I think is my medium close-up, so MCU. And this last one here is a medium shot, so that's MS. And so I also have this timeline here, which I'm just going to get rid of. That was there from previously when I'd done it. Okay, so that's fine. I've got all of those in. So I'm now going to create a new timeline. So now I'm just going to click on the first clip and then shift click on the last clip there and just drag that into the timeline to create a new sequence. Now it's all come in with the audio, so I'm just going to hold my Alt button down and then drag a box around that dark blue audio track and just delete to take all the audio off. So now I have these clips. So the next thing I'm going to have to do is to bring my lower thirds in, and I'm going to put those in the V2 and the V3 track. So I'm going to double click my lower thirds bin, and the first thing I need to do is put my rectangle in. Okay, so I'm going to drag that into the V2 track. And you can see here is exactly why I did it on the transparent background, so you can see the video through it. And I'm just going to stretch that so it goes all the way for the sequence of my video. So that is always going to be there. Okay. So now I'm going to put on V3, I'm going to put in all the various lower thirds that are now conveniently in separate little files, like I asked Premiere to do for me. So the first one's close-up. So close-up is... where is it? It's down here somewhere. Close-up is here, so I'll drag that on. And then I'll trim that up so it's the right size. Next one was extreme long shot, so I'll take that one, put it in, like that, trim it up. Okay, and now I'm just going to quickly do the rest of them, and then I'll come right back to you. Alright, so I'm done now, and I've got all my lower thirds exactly on top of my clips, all the right size. So as I scrub through it, you can see each one has its label. Okay, so I'm going to leave it right there for this video. In the next video, we're going to explore the connection, what they call the dynamic link between Premiere and other programs such as Photoshop. We're going to change this lower third a bit. I'm going to show you how easy that is to do. And then we're going to put in some transitions and some music to finish off the project. So that will be in the next video. Thanks for listening.